Hey there folks, it's the 30th of September. I'm just here in the studio. It's a very nice warm evening. I'm just here on the wheel, as you can see. I'm looking out at the lovely warm fall evening here in my studio. I've just got these bowls I just want to trim, so I thought I'd bring you in on it. Nothing fancy, but so these three bowls that there are, they're paddled. This particular one, as you can see, I did use these shells to impress, to wet paddle with the shells, so to speak. So let's just do them. So we're just going to tap center these, just learn how to tap center. It's pretty easy. Anybody can do it. All you need is enough pots to practice it on. And that's where most people come unstuck, because they don't make enough pots. Well, I've made 5 pots, Simon. I don't know what. Yeah, well, make 50 pots and then we might be able to. So what I'm going to do is just carve a foot on here. This is usually how I do this, is go once down like that, and then I come in like that, and then I hollow out the inside. You'll see as I go. Okay, here we go. And I like to do these fairly quickly without too much fuss, you know. Yeah, there's nothing worse than as my dear brother Jeremy, who's over in the UK, would say, there's nothing worse than over dwelt upon pots. Now, I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but you know, the best pots always spontaneously thrown and trimmed. Yep. Spontaneous. It's not the best time to be doing this because the light is not that great. I tried to do this on my regular video camera, but it appeared the battery was not as well charged as I had hoped, so I resorted to using my iPad. We have the technology. Okay, so now I'm going to open out the foot here. Oh, you see, moved on the wheel there. The reason for that is because it's a little on the soft side, and I think that's got something to do with it. It's not adhering quite as I would have wanted. You know, when you're doing a trim on a pot, if it comes off, it's just an opportunity for you to pick it up and have a look at it, and you know. Generally, the pots, they stick pretty well. You don't need to hold them down with lumps of clay and all that business. But you know, I understand when you're learning, you don't have that confidence, so you know, you need a few crutches like that maybe. But as you get more experience, you'll do away with them. Says he. So yeah, that's quite nice in terms of, you know, you want to feel your pots after you've, when, you know, before you trim them you want to feel them, but then feel them afterwards as well, where you've cut here. Also feel through the base there. Now if I cut any more from this one, it may get a bit thin. The problem then is when you want to impress it with the seal, because it's a little thin, so it's not so good. You could push the seal through, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so that one is, once you've done that, I mean, what I generally do is put it the right way up on the wheel and take a bit of water like this and just go over the lip here, gently like that. You can, in fact, if you want, take your little piece of chamois, just give it a gentle going over the edge, just with the chamois there like that. Okay, so there's that one. That's the one that had the shell impression. I will do another one now. This guy, this one is, yeah, this one is impressed with the corn cob. Yeah, we like using we like using the tools that nature gives us, don't we? Por qué no? Yeah, why not indeed? Yeah, just find something to impress your pot with. Out there in a field, yeah, there might be something. I can hear the crickets out there, I don't know if you can hear them. I'm just thinking about this particular foot with this form and how I may do it. Whether it's going to require a very slightly different form, you know. As you can see, this one is a little different than that one. Doing cutting feet, you know, on these kind of pots is a very subjective kind of experience. It's not that there are hard and fast rules. One has quite a bit of leeway, I would say, to do different things. Okay, so I think I've done what I want. Now I'm going to open up the foot here. That. Yeah, learn how to trim. I would say don't feel you've got to trim everything. People, generally speaking, they do too much trimming on pots that shouldn't really require it. Which, you know, is unnecessary. You don't want to be trimming mugs and things like that, because mugs are quickly made. Again, I'm feeling it just for thickness. It feels quite good. So we'll put it back on the wheel. Just dip 2 fingers in your water pot like that and just hold that water over the edge like that, over the edge of the lip of the pot. Don't, whatever you do, take a sponge to it, okay? Something's happening to the picture, I don't know what. It says AE lock, I don't know what that means. Go away. There we go. All right, yeah, tell me what you think. Okay, one more quickly. We've so far 11 minutes into this video. This one, that was done with, oh yeah, here it is. So my 22 long rifle, the rounds come in a kind of clip like this. So I got the 3 clips and I've used this to paddle the pot, okay? I just tell you that to show it to by example, because again, using what you have to hand, be creative. Do not be one of these people that falls into the trap of buying everything under the sun that somebody else has made on a computer and generated with a laser. Don't do that, okay? I would say. Simon, you sound really bossy. I'm not trying to be bossy. I'm just trying to give you some tips, you know. So one of the things you do when you trim, you have to consider the total width and then the width of your foot. And there's a sort of like a proportion, you know, that I'm sort of looking for. It's not a magic formula, but it's something I kind of eyeball as I go. So, oh gosh. So my trim tool dug in, you see. Just show you that, you see, it happens to us all, doesn't it? Probably wasn't concentrating quite there, and it's a little softer, the clay, so the tool dug in. Now I've got to deal with this ugly. So what I'm going to do actually, because I've made a groove there which I don't really want, so I'm just going to take my needle tool, just take the shank of the handle there, and I'm going to kind of push that back in there like that a bit. All right, I'll see if I can, because once it's done it once, it's could do it again, you know. Following in the same groove, it could. One of the things you find when you trim, depending on the kind of clay that you've got, I don't know if you can see it, but there are some little lines here, sort of like striations. because what you have, you know, as you're trimming, a little bit of grog gets caught on the tool and it leaves a line going all the way around. Now, I'm not really, don't really like that, I'll be honest. You know, I accept that some of it is inevitable. So I got here a little, you can't really see it quite from the camera angle there. I'm going to take a bit of clay that I've just trimmed off, roll into a little ball, and that little nick there, I'm going to put this bit of clay into the nick. You see it there? Then I'm going to use the back of my fingernail here, you see, and I'm going to smooth that over, you see, like that, into that little groove, into that little kind of hole there. You can use your fingernails quite a lot in pottery, you know, for you want to use the tools that, you know, you got handy. I'll tell you, your hands are your number one tools, not things you buy, you know. Okay, I think I have cured that little problem. Now I'm going to cut in here the foot, the inside of the foot, hollow it out. So you'll find as you're trimming, like I'm doing, you'll notice I will clean the tool between cuts, remove the debris from the cutting edge. I'm just telling you because that's what I do, you know, I don't know if it's... Well, Simon, if your tool's that blunt, no wonder. Incidentally, on the subject of trim tools and sharpness, trim tools actually will cut very well if they're not too sharp. Sometimes if they're too sharp, they have a tendency to chatter. If they're just a little bit dulled, they actually cut better. How about that for a bit of... Okay, I think that is done. Sorry, the lighting is not very good. So one thing, always remember, you see the corner here has got an angle cut on it. You want to put angles on all of your corners, on all of your pots, all of the time. Yeah. So put it back on the wheel here, just take those two fingers with water and just go over the edge here, make it nice and smooth. Oops. Make it nice and smooth. Don't use a sponge because that brings all the grog to the surface. You don't want that. I think that could be quite nice, couldn't it, that design with this effect here with a glaze that could sort of like break over the design. Yeah, I like that. Okay folks, there it is. Thanks a lot for watching. 30th of September, we've got a workshop this weekend, October 4th and 5th. We have 4 or so people coming, so we look forward to that. Until then, Don't forget, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.